Right guys, here we are. Got a brace of pheasants here, a hen and a cockbird. I'm going to show you how you can prepare these perfectly. So the first thing we'll do is get a knife and separate the string in between them that I usually come with. You've got two here. We'll start on the hen bird. Got to be very careful, these are very soft skinned, so they tend to tear very easily. So he's been hanging for about 3 days now. Don't like to hang him too long, or does it get a bit too gamey, and they also get a bit dry. So what we want to do is rough up the feathers backwards against the way they grow, and this will be easy to pick out the feathers. Because of this, you need to pick out about 2, maybe 3 feathers at a time, and sharp pulls. Otherwise you will just end up tearing the skin, and you want the skin because it protects the meat in the cooking process and creates a lovely tender meat afterwards. So once we get through, you'll get the hang of it eventually. I picked quite a clean one from the shoot. This was shot the other day on a local syndicate, not a syndicate, just a local beater shoot. Done a bit of beating. I think we had 212 that day. It was a very productive day. It was a lot. There you go, I just done it. So there we go. There you go, just went and slightly teared it a bit there. So the best thing you can do with this is pick one feather at a time and pull down the feathers the same way as they grow. That's what I do anyway. And then because otherwise you're going to be pulling against the skin and it's going to tear a lot more. So get that out of the way, there we go. Carry on. Get to the down, like the down feathers, don't matter what way you pull it. There you can. There are a couple of ways you can skin them if you wanted. I don't like this because I think the skin is the perfect barrier against the heat and the skin keeps it nice and moist, keeps all the meat nice and moist, which is what you want. So I mean, what they usually do, they stand on the wings and they pull the legs up, and that tends to take everything out and skin it completely with all the meat. Now I prefer to cook them whole. I would prefer to gut them, and like a roast chicken. No difference, cook it the same way, and I think it's absolutely beautiful like that. Get some salt and pepper, lots of olive oil, you name it, you put whatever you want on there. It could be anything. I've seen this one, that looks like it's been a dog's done that. That's a shame, but cannot always help that, unfortunately. You got to try and pick the ones that are not as mauled by the dogs. I know one on the day actually got swallowed by one of the dogs. Actually the gamekeeper's dog, believe it or not. But it was quite funny. So there we go, do it around the legs. Don't matter, the legs are always a bit more tougher on the skin, so you can pick out a lot more feathers. Okay, this is all around the bum. Get all that out of the way. And when it comes to the wings, what you do, you'll feel a joint if you come up there, about an inch and a bit up. You'll feel a bit of a joint where the wing pivots. You want to pluck all the way up to that joint, because that joint is where you will cut it, which I'll show you in the next part of the video shortly. Ever so simple. The hen birds are always a lot easier to pluck than the cockbirds, because the cockbirds tend to always be a bit more fiddly around the feathers and everything. Always a lot more tougher on the feathers. That don't really make sense as such, but I just find the hen birds easier to pluck. And there we go. You've got the whole wing exposed there. And when it comes to the head, what you want to do, you want to take it up so it's as I said, you will get the hang of plucking eventually. There we go. So there's a bit torn there. It don't matter, it's on the neck. So basically, you want to make it so you can cut the neck just past the crop. And that'd be fine. This input is a bit of a mangled one, unfortunately, but no matter, it's all still edible. What I found, my dad, he cooked something a bit different last night with the pheasant. He casserole, well what he did, he roasted it first, so it partly cooked, pretty like, you know, just perfectly cooked, and then he went and casseroled it. He pulled all the meat off the bone, because he cooked it on the bone, and he went and casseroled it with a few secret ingredients, using chicken stock as well. And it was beautiful. Double cooking it just made it really, really, you know, pheasant's usually quite a dry meat. Now this was lovely. It was filled, it was lovely and moist. It was very tender, not chewy at all. It was really, I was impressed with it. It was something, it's really like, I want to cook it like that a lot more often. We got some, probably lasted a week, so these were some of the wild pheasants he shot down on Otmore, where we have some land. Okay, the process of plucking a pheasant usually only takes about 5 minutes. Depends how quick you are. If you're quick like me, take about 5 to 7 minutes. When it comes to the back tails, always leave them for last. Sometimes you might get, these are a bit of a, this is a young one, so they're not brilliant. But on this cockbird, you've got some lovely pheasant feathers on the back, tail feathers, and it's always quite worth collecting them feathers and using them for fly tying. So obviously I do a lot of fly fishing. Hopefully I'll do some videos in the future of that. I'm going to be getting this little, it's not a GoPro as such, it's a head camera. It's about that thick and it ties to your head. So I'll be getting that so you can watch all the takes I get. I'll be doing a bit more pike and spinning in the future as well with that thing. I'm hoping to be sponsored by GoPro as well, which will be a massive help. So I'll be using one of their products, which I highly suggest getting. A very high quality type. Very good cameras, can't fault them. One of a kind, you cannot fault these GoPros, they are the best. There we go. We're nearly done. Well, I say nearly done, we still got to take the legs off and draw it. When I say draw, that means gut him or her. There you go. When you come to the feathers, you pull straight out. So here's a starting small one, just pull straight out. Easy enough, straight out. Really pull it hard though, and only one at a time, otherwise you'll pull the whole part of the flesh out, and it's, you know, it wouldn't matter as such in cooking, but I like presentation. I think most people like a bit of presentation in their food. You don't want half their bum missing, do you? I don't look very good when you come and present it to someone. So, just sharp movements, one feather at a time, just snatch out as hard as you can. This can be a bit tough to get out. There we go, just finish it off. You know, in the end, what I will do after I've taken the wings and legs and head off, I will do what we call singeing, which is take it over a flame. Can be a blowtorch, can be your oven if you want to stink the house out with burnt feathers. And that is on these pheasants. You can probably see there are lots of little hairs there. You don't have to do it, but if you're like me, I like to eat the skin, and I don't want to be eating feathers at the same time. So just done this. There we go. So perfectly plucked pheasant hair. So we're giving to a good friend of mine. Well, I've got plenty of pheasants to eat, and I'll do this pheasant. I'll get back to you in the next part of the video when I'll show you how to take the wings off and draw him and prepare him ready for the pot. So I'll see you in a second. Alright guys, I've got them all here, everything's sorted. Number one rule, make sure everything, dishes that have been washed up or not, are put away and cleaned, because we do not want these pheasants touching anything which will cause germs to be spread, and that's not very sanitary, and we do not want that. And you know, just make sure everything's clean. You want a nice workspace, make sure you've got a way to dispose of the guts. In this case, nothing on the pheasant will go to waste. I've got the wings, the head, the legs. The only thing that will go to waste is the actual intestinal tract. Everything else will get used, such as given to my ferrets. So that'll be food for them for the week. Now then, what we're going to do, I'm going to go and get a knife. So I'll be using just an old knife. First thing we do, on the joint. So we just tap down sharply, break through the bone, and cut them off. When you do it a couple of times, and we've got the wing. So I'm going to put them there for the time being. Turn it around. This one's got a broken wing, so I'll cut the bone, well, where it's broken, so straight through. Just keeping the knife away from you. Put that in there. Now off with the head. About an inch away from the crop, because that will shrivel up, the skin will shrivel up quite dramatically. Through the spinal cord, and that's the head. We come to the legs. Make sure you do it pretty far down. Actually, there is a way I want to show you here. Now, a lot of us like to eat the legs. What we do, you want a sharp knife for this. You cut around the skin, like as if you're skinning a deer or something. You cut around the leg. Now what we do, we dislocate it if we can. This is actually a broken bone, which makes it even awkward right there. But what we do, you pull it. You've got to be pretty strong to do this. There we go. That's very hard. And what that does, all that tendon there and everything, because they're very filled with tendons, these legs, with a shot fell in there. That goes all the way, takes all these out, with a bit of muscle in the end, that's normal. You know, and that you don't want to be eating that. Now these legs are completely tendon free. So, throw that in the bin. Do the same here, oh, crikey, that one's broken too. Around the there we go, and 1, 2, 3. There we go. Everything out at the same time. And all these legs are edible. Put that in there for the ferrets. And that's the whole pheasant ready to be singed. Put that one to the side. Do the same to this one. This is a bit of a neater one on the wing on each side. Yeah. Put an inch down. on the skin. Let's just score it on each side. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Ouch. Yeah, watch out for that. Pulling back. There we go. That's all the tendons in that one. Same with this one. 1, 2, 3. You've got to be very, very strong yet. Oh, blimey neck. That's a very powerful one, that is. There we go. Let's take all the tendons out of there. It's a very awkward one, that was. This one, the one where the dog has had, but it's no worries. Now then, next step, we just bring the camera around here. Okay, makeshift tripod. I think that would be okay. So then, what we're going to do, it's quite simple. Let me just bring that forward a bit. That's a Sinjin. Start. There we go. Ever so simple. Remember fire hazards, just be careful, make sure there's nothing flammable around. Bring it all the way around here. Not spending too much time on the meat. If you burn it. Don't burn yourselves either. You do a good job. Get all them feathers off because I love to eat the skin. There we go. That's number 1. Number 2 is a cockbird. Now beware, this will make your kitchen smell absolutely revolting, so you have been warned. All the back done. Underneath that. Okay. Also, there's another thing. I've been touching the chicken. You do not want to spread too much germs around, so I'll definitely give that a clean in a bit. What was I using to use the tripod here? Here we go. Bring that back there. There we go. Simple step here, and that's to gut them. What we do, just basically you're cutting the bum off. That's all you're doing. It's a very awkward one for some reason. There we go. Just cut the bum off there. It always makes me cringe when they attach to your hand. So now what we do, make a neat job. Just hold down there and cut. Now then, make sure you got the bin close to you. It gets a bit squeamish, so look away now if you are not wanting to see the guts. So here we go. First of all, we'll grab the gizzard. There's a lot of shot in there. So there we go. That's a gizzard. That's filled with grit and grind all their food up. And we've got the intestines. Okay, and then we've got liver. I'm going to keep that because my ferrets love liver. Make it a bit more tidier. Go all the way to the back, which you will reach the heart. That's the heart there. Give that to my ferrets. See, the only thing that goes to waste is the guts and the gizzard. I should get the lungs somewhere up there. Yeah, if you're squeamish, I wouldn't suggest doing this. It's not very pleasant, not for the faint of hearted. There we go. So I won't give that to my ferrets because it's supposed to be poisonous from what I heard. I don't know how much of that is true. So now we want to get the esophagus, whatever you want to call it, or voice or sound box, sorry. There you go. Now then, in these pheasants, or in any bird, you will have the kidneys. so in every animal. Now these are located in little cavities just at the back, just down there. You'll feel it right in the centre on each side of the spine. Push down and you'll get it, and you'll mush it out like that. That's perfect. All that's taken out. You want to take them out. Clean it all the way out. Make sure there's no remnants of the kidney, because that just don't really make the meat taste very nice. And that's taken out. What I'm going to do, clean up the outside, take away all the loose skin, make it look presentable. There we go, that's perfect. Now then, if we turn it around to the other side, you've got the crop. Obviously these should be stuffed with wheat. What we do, push it all the way in there and you rip it out. There we go. Without it going everywhere presumably. So there we go, it's filled with lots of, we've got maize in there and lots of wheat. Then you're left with the, also pulls out the, like, whatever you are, what's it called? The esophagus, I think it's called. No idea what they can call them. But anyway, take the loose skin off. So that one is done, except from we're going to give it a wash to make it look a bit more nicer. Repeat the process with this one. Cut the bum off. Straight down in there. It's a very fatty one, this is. Jesus Christ, very fat. You can see it all there. So bring the intestinal tract and the gizzard. Look at that. That's going to taste nice. There we go. And take all the guts out. And the kidneys. You can, if you want, wear gloves. I don't, because, you know, I'm not really that squeamish. It's a heart. Oh no, what heart? Lungs. So yeah, if you want to wear gloves, then go ahead. I mean, no one's stopping you. Look at the lungs out. Come to the crop. God, look at the fat on him. Look at that. This does take a lot of practice getting this crop out perfectly. There we go. It's just a bit of skin basically, just surrounding food. You're absolutely stuffed with food. Maybe that'll clean out in a second. So now, put that to the side. Take all the goodies from my ferrets. God knows how they can eat all that, but they do. Now then, what we're going to do, we want cold water, not hot water, for obvious reasons. Give it a nice clean. Nice and clean. The top there. Make sure we get all the kidneys out. Okay, put them in the draining pot to drain off. As said, if this is your mother's kitchen or your wife's kitchen, be aware, make sure she's not home. For God's sake, make sure you leave it how it was left before. Otherwise your wife will go mad. Okay. It's been mullered by the 12 bar. It's a shame really, but oh well, it's all meat at the end of the day, isn't it? So I'll take that to the side, wash my hands in hot water, very liquid. I will be going to touch some dishes to go and get some out for these pheasants. Dry my hands. Here we go. Like that. It's just fully dry. And now lay them in there nicely. I forgot to take the leg of that one, bear with me. There goes the bone. Clean cut all the way through. Nothing to worry about. It's all dried out or drained out. When you come to picking the pheasants, make sure you pick the one that hasn't been shot up the most. There you go. I'll show you the size difference in a minute. Wash my hands off. Take this. That's a cockbird, that's a hen bird. All of this, not waste. My ferrets will love that. They'll take the ferrets in their nest, the feathers in their nest, and they will just keep them warm throughout the winter. So what I will do with these, because it helps keep the legs nice and moist, so I will tie these together like that on each one, just like that, and it'll be lovely. So now, sort all this out. It's going to be a very long process. Make sure everything is completely spotless, and I'll see you at the end part of the video. I've got to say some things and some plans, so I'll see you in a second. Okay, everything is tidy, nice and shiny, so that'll be it for today. Now then, I have got some news. Hopefully I'll be getting a few cameras, a few more action cameras, so it'll be a bit more handy if I want to go shooting as such. So I'm going to record all the shots I take, it'll be quite cool. I hope to do a lot more videos in the future, hopefully one a week, fingers crossed. I'm not promising anything though, because I have got a college as well, so I will be putting college first for obvious reasons, but like I say, I will try my absolute hardest to put as many videos on the channel as possible to build it up for what it used to be before it got deleted. So I will see you guys next time. Thanks a lot for watching. Please subscribe and share the video around people that might be interested in viewing such a video, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.